Hi, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Synapse Podcast. I'm Nessa, one of the co founders and one of your hosts.
I'm Zoya and one of your hosts and co-founders as well, and I'm so excited that you're all here. I'm 15 years old, turning 15 at the end of this month, and I'm really passionate about AI, technology, and innovation. I love learning about emerging technologies, exploring how they work, and seeing how they can be used to solve real-world problems. I'm excited to have these conversations with all of you guys, and I can't wait to introduce you to some incredible guests throughout this journey.
Yeah, I've never been one to be like interested in coding or AI, but I think it's so cool the people who are and that you are. So I was wondering kind of like what specific technologies you're interested in and like what got you interested in them.
Yeah, so I think that I'm really interested in AI, so especially things like machine learning and how models can understand patterns in data. I'm also really curious about how AI is used in things like healthcare and education. What really got me interested was seeing how quickly AI started showing up in everyday tools. Like, I remember realizing that things like recommendations on YouTube or even tools that help students study better are already powered by AI. And I feel like that made me want to understand what's actually happening behind the scenes and kind of learn about websites and all those things.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's so crazy, especially like the AI that like generative AI that they use in
Yeah.
like Gemini and Google and things like that. And I think it's so cool to like learn what's behind them and like how they do that because I think it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely being used in almost like every single field we interact with daily.
Yeah, do you know any like specific fields that you think like are the most affected by them? Like, is it like schools or like small
Yeah.
businesses?
I think that schools is definitely one of them. Like, I feel like almost a lot of students are also like using AI as well as businesses because all of the websites and all of those things are mostly powered and generated by AI. So definitely those. And I
Yeah.
think that for like the Synapse podcast especially, I think we want to see AI as both a topic we explore and a tool that can help us make complex ideas more understandable.
Yeah, I feel like finding a balance is like the best thing. Like even for us, we used AI to make our logo at first, but we would never like use AI to think of the idea, right? Like I feel like there's like a line between what is the most human benefit and the most AI benefit in that way. So.
Okay, so how about we go on to you now?
Yeah, as you guys know, I'm Nessa. I'm also 15 or turning 15, and I'm very passionate about subjects like science, specifically like biology and business and kind of also technology. And I think through working on a variety of extracurricular projects throughout my short years in high school, I've been able to talk to kind of equally ambitious people. And I saw the value in getting inspired and how that can trigger growth and help you achieve things larger than you previously thought possible.
Yeah, what first got you interested in like science, business, and technology? I'm just wondering. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like for most of my life, I was just kind of surrounded by people that were interested in these things. And honestly, at first, I was more of a humanities girl, like English, writing. But I feel like there's also value in science and like learning how things work and kind of unpacking the depth behind those things, especially the human body. And also, the same goes with technology. Like, there's so many parts to it. And I feel like that's the most interesting thing that you could be diving deep into, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like like the people that you surround yourself with obviously have like an impact on
Yeah.
yourself, like what interests you like and stuff. I was also wondering, Nessa, was there like a specific moment that you when you realized you liked working on projects like this?
I don't think, I think it's more of like a gradual thing. I feel like for a lot of high schoolers, it's more of like a snap, like, oh, like I need to get into a good university, so I should be doing these extracurricular projects. But I think the best thing to do is just find out what you're passionate in and then kind of dig deeper into that and find certain things that you can do on your own.
Yeah, I think that like coming up with something that you genuinely like instead of just like seeing what other people are doing and everything is the best way to go like get to it. Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, guys, like our first idea was like making medical lockers. And then we realized that that probably wasn't something that was plausible for us because we wanted to be like doing something that we cared about and we're actually passionate about, which is how we came to this idea, which is a lot more aligned with like the things that we care about.
Yeah. Definitely like something that you actually care about is something that you should do as like a passion project, or but just doing something by seeing it off of something is definitely not the best idea. And so I think that this kind of leads us to the problem we saw that wanted to make us actually start the Synapse podcast. So I think the real reason Nessa and I started this podcast really comes from something a lot of ambitious students can probably relate to. So me and Nessa used to spend a lot of time looking at the journeys of top university students and successful founders on platforms like LinkedIn.
Yeah, like we spent in our geography class, like Zoya introduced me to LinkedIn, and after that, after I made an account, I spent hours like rifling through all the accounts, looking at the awards, the extracurriculars, the volunteering, and I was like, how do you even find these opportunities? How do you have the time to do all these things? And I was like, oh my God, like.
Yeah, like we would feel like so bad about ourselves. Like we would see all these things and we'd be like, how do you do this? Like, what are the early struggles that you get with this stuff? But yeah, and I feel like while those profiles look super impressive, they don't really show like the full picture.
Yeah.
So we often miss, as I said before, the early struggles, the moments of failure, the daily habits, and the difficult decisions people have to make when things don't go as planned. So we realized that if you only look at the surface, it's really easy to end up guessing your own path. So we wanted to create something that connects all of those missing pieces, almost like a synapse, linking real stories, real experiences, and real advice to help guide people like us and inspire the youth.
Exactly. Like our main goal, I feel like, is just to turn these complex paths into, like especially in science and tech, into clear, practical insight that can help young people shape their future with confidence.
Yeah, definitely. So moving forward with the Synapse podcast, our goal is honestly pretty simple. We want to grow this into something that can inspire as many people as possible. We'll be releasing new episodes every single week, every Monday. And after each episode, we will also write a written summary on our Substack, so it's easy to go back and catch
follow,
the
guys.
Takeaways. Yeah. I think that we'll be mostly focusing on science and technology because that's what we're both passionate about, and I think that a lot of people are passionate about that. But if you're someone that's interested and wants to learn from real stories and experiences, no matter who you are, we'd love for you to follow along, subscribe to our Substack, and join us on this journey. And if you think you have a story, insight, or experience you think is worth sharing on this podcast, you can reach out to us via email at thesynapsepodcast@gmail.com to be featured on the podcast. For the first episode, we'll see you again next Monday with a guest.